Hola, Captain. So, man, it's early. It's really early. Fuck. So, this video that I want to, talk about is essentially going to be pros and cons of having an inner circle. Now, if I kind of slur off a little bit, sorry, I'm just waking up. I still am working on my first cup of coffee, so bear with me. So, I was talking to my friend yesterday about this, and because I told her, man, it kind of feels like I'm isolated a bit. Feel like I go a little crazy. And, that's partially my fault. Well, mostly my fault. I chose not to have an inner circle. I don't talk to any of my friends. Like, I just got in contact with my friend again after, like, 2 years of not talking to her. And, she said, well, Gavin, I mean, if you feel like you're being isolated, why don't you, just reach out to some of your old friends again, like you did with me? And I was like, nah. And it's not because I don't like my friends. It's really not. They're my friends for a reason, right? I just, I have this horrible tendency to lack the, what is it, attention? I can't I can't go on a conversation with them as much as they probably would like. Like me, I'm a pretty simple dude. I'll have a few things to say. I'll hold the conversation, maybe, if you're lucky, for a few hours. Best ways of you getting a hold of me is if you have my phone number and you give me a call. Aside from that, texting, nah, that ain't for me, really. So that's the primary reason is I barely have time for myself, let alone having time for my friends. And I'm the kind of guy that would, make plans, and I would never follow through with them. And I can't keep on doing that to my friends. It kind of sucks. So, out of the 4 years that I haven't been talking to anybody, I just winged all of my friends out. They don't even know where I live. They don't know my number. They don't know where I live. They don't know nothing about me. Nothing. My friend Audrey is the only one that actually knows anything about what's going on in my life, even a little bit. And she doesn't even know everything. And again, just got in contact with her like a month ago, if that. And we talk like once every few days. And before that, I hadn't talked to her in almost a year, almost 2 years. And so, I like to keep it small. And the reason I like to keep it small like that is because, one, the way I look at it is the less people that know about what's going on in your life, the better it is for you. And really, see, like I say, man, there's always something going on in my videos as soon as I start. Every damn time. And you hear that train? Every fucking day. But what I was getting at is I like to keep it small because the less people that know about what's going on in your life, the better off you're probably going to be. Because, look, if you're not in my immediate circle as is, then why do you need to know what's going on in my life anyways? That's why I don't have things like Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, or whatever is out there. I don't even know what else is out there anymore. I haven't had social media in a good solid few years. And you know what? I'll love it. It's a lot easier to maintain your own life and not giving other people access to yours. I could never register the whole concept of someone putting all of their information out there on Facebook or whatever for the whole world to see. And it's like, well, if they're not in your immediate circle already, then why do you need to let the whole world know? I don't want people knowing I'm going to fucking Starbucks or going to fucking Walmart. That's 101 for a stalker right there. Or if you're lucky, a fucking serial killer that pays attention to your Facebook, and they can go right up to where you're at on your location settings and just fucking kill you right there. Fuck that. So that's pretty much the pros of not having an inner circle. Well, friends in general. Now the con to it is, if you're in desperate need, if you need to talk, if you're going through a hardship in your life, I swear to God, you you got public works driving by, and then you got a train in the back. As I was saying, okay, as I was saying, I know this guy's just fucking with me now. As I was saying, the cons to... You done? As I was saying, the cons to not having an inner circle is if you're going through a hardship, if you're going through a tough time, having that accessibility to be able to talk to somebody, and you know, who better than your friends? You know, whenever I did actually engage with my friends and I, you know, kept up with them regularly, you know, I could almost depend on them for anything. Just like my friend now. You know, before that 2-year hiatus of me not talking to her, we went almost 3-4 years not talking to each other. And you know what? Every single time that we talk to each other, we just pick right back up where we left off. So that's not really a huge con, because if they're really your friends, then they'll make time for you no matter what. You know, they'll probably be fucking ecstatic to hear from you again. I have all my old friends' phone numbers. I have all of their info. I know where they all are. You know, just because I don't talk to them doesn't mean that I don't keep up with what's going on. If I need to get a hold of them, I know I can. I just don't want to. And, you know, it also, if you're in a, you know, serious relationship, you not having friends is actually kind of a crutch, because at that point, you know, I always tell people, if you're in a relationship, it is absolutely 100% healthy to be able to go out and see your friends, hang out with your friends. Maybe not all the time, but you should have that, you know, that ability to go out and, you know, go see the sights, if you may, with your friends. Get out of the house. Change the pace, man. It's not healthy to be cooped up all the time. And so that's, you know, another con to not having an inner circle. Just from speaking personally, you know, like I probably said, I don't remember at this point, but like I said, you know, I always get this feeling of being super isolated. Would I change it? Probably not. Nah. It's, you know, it's a lot quieter, just me being by myself. I just prefer it. You know, you get in less trouble that way. And again, you know, this might just be my own personal reference, I don't know. But I've always tried telling people that this is the most sane way to live. You can't live La Vida Loca all the time. You can't do it your whole life. You know, I chose a different route than almost every single one of my friends. And yeah, I've definitely went through some muddy shit, you know, a lot. But again, would I change it? Probably not, no. I'm a lot happier being, you know, I'm more content, should I say, being by myself with my girlfriend. I just enjoy that company. That's all I need. But a lot of the times if I go and talk to, you know, my friend Audrey, you know, she usually comes to me for some advice on, you know, how to deal with certain situations within her own relationship. And I just tell her kind of things that I would do. You know, I'm not a love guru. But I can definitely tell you I have a lot more common sense than your old average bear. It's just a fact. I know that. Like the fact that I don't have any social media. I'm not saying you shouldn't have any social media. I'm just saying that, is it a benefit to have social media? No, it's not. Absolutely not. Why do you need it? You don't. Social media is like a drug. It's very addicting. You know, very addictive. It's hard. Once you get on social media, it's very hard to pull yourself out. It took me so long to do it. But by God, you know, I don't have anything now, going on almost 2-3 years. Would I go back and get it again? Hell no. That's good. And I'll have another story when it comes to social media and the pros and cons to having that. But just for me, I'm a lot happier without it. You know, in my kind of a situation where I'm out of town, away from my friends, it would be a benefit to be able to have that kind of contact with them. But again, I have their contacts on my phone. I don't need to be on Facebook. I just don't see any need for it. So, again, the pros, you'd be able to actually engage with your friends. You'd be able to actually talk to them, hang out with them. If you're ever going through a hardship, you'll always have them at your side trying to help you out with whatever they can do for you. So that's always a good con, or pro, my bad. See, I took a sip of my coffee and it fucked me up. But that's a good pro. You always have that to rely on if you've ever needed it. The con, if you're flaky, like me, then, having a huge inner circle is probably not for you. I like having my little family that I've got. That's all I need. My friends can't help me with, my family. Whoa. My family. My family stuff. There's nothing that they can provide for me and my family. That's all on me. Another con, just, if you like to keep yourself on the DL, should I say, on the down low, then that's probably a good option for you, is just to wing out everybody. I don't like people knowing what I'm up to. I don't like people knowing where I'm at. I don't like people knowing any of that kind of stuff. Again, if you don't already know, you don't need to know. And that's why I like it that way. So, another story for another time.